Fam, I am back. It's George, your loan underwriter. If you're new to my page, welcome. If you're ready to learn some credit stuff, hit the like button and subscribe because that's what you're going to get here. Why are you going to get that here? Because I am a professional and I'm here to help you guys. So if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, ring notification, all that stuff, all the jazz that everybody else tells you. Let's get into it. All right. Well, if you're new to my page, currently I'm a loan underwriter. You may be thinking to yourself, what is a loan underwriter? Loan underwriter is a person that approves, declines, and counters a loan application that you put in for a loan. I've done mostly consumer loans, so that falls under auto, mortgages, personal loans, home equity, lines of credit, RVs, motorcycle, etc. So any type of loan that you go apply for at a financial institution, I'm the person, or I'm someone like me, just replace my beautifulness for another beautiful person. Yeah. And then so that's essentially what I'm doing. That's essentially what I do. Today, on today's video, I'm going to go ahead and be educating you, which is what I told you in the beginning. We're going to go ahead and do some reactions to help correct these credit gurus that are here on the internet. We're going to go ahead and if you stay towards the end of the video, I'll give you a credit tip that can go ahead and increase your credit score. So stay towards the end of the video. And then I actually found a credit scoring game. I say that just so you know what it has to do about. So essentially, the reason why I'm doing this, it's so that you can see it from the lender's point of view of, what's the whole objective when they go to give you a loan. Because again, everyone wants loans. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First section that we're going to go ahead and do is, as you can see on my screen, I'm going to educate you on some terms. We're going to start on about auto loans. Really simple to me, but not, maybe not to you. But that's why you got me. That's why you got me here. This is why you liked and subscribed, right? Right. I want to see another subscriber. Let's go, baby. But yes, that's why you have me, to be able to break this down and explain it to you. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so auto terms. So this is for anybody that's looking to want to buy a vehicle, has been through the process multiple times, or maybe is thinking about wanting to get an auto loans. These are terms that normally people at dealerships, a loan officer at a bank or credit union or a financial institution like Capital One will talk to you about. So the first one is a pre-qualification or pre-approval, which is pretty much the same thing. So essentially what that is just pretty much saying that you have been approved for a auto loan. That's all it says. It doesn't go over a lot of terms, rates, because there's no vehicle attached to it. So that's essentially what a pre-qualification is. It just shows your name. It says, congratulations, you've been approved or pre-approved. My bad. But pre-approved. It won't go ahead and have any information as regarding about what your rate is, your payments, what kind of vehicle it is, etc., etc. So great thing. Got some examples for you guys, because again, I want you guys to be able to get a visual on this. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Ooh, no, definitely not this one. My bad. Give me a minute. I found it. Open up. New image and new tab. Bam, beautiful. Don't judge me. That's how I do. Alright, so this is essentially what a pre-approval would be. So essentially, like I said, it essentially just says that you're approved for a vehicle. Essentially no information, very vague until you actually get approved and come with a vehicle. So very straightforward. This is not really seen as often. Normally you'll get an email instead of a letter through the mail, or maybe the loan officer or the dealership may contact you, say, hey, you've been approved, pre-approved for this. So that's essentially what a pre-approval is. So again, if you have any questions, again, that's why the comments are for. You ask, I answer. That's how we do. That's how the game is played. So yes, let's move on to the next one. Approval. Approval is pretty much that you have been approved for the loan, and it goes ahead and goes over the amount you asked for, vehicle information, interest rate, your monthly payment, how long the term is, and what makes this different between a pre-approval and an approval is the information that I said, but then on top of that, when you get an approval, that means you already gave all the documentations that you needed in order to get approved for the loan. So that's essentially what the difference is. And again, we got examples, which is also what I told you. So here's one from PenFed Credit Union that I was able to go ahead and find. And like I said, congratulations, you've been approved. These are the terms and conditions of the loans, what kind of product it is, auto loan, the amount, APR, term, and payment. So very straightforward. Again, same thing as the pre-approval. They'll contact you or send you an email saying that you're approved. And yeah, let's move on over to the next one. All right, so we have a counteroffer. Counteroffer, I couldn't find one, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So let's see. Let's go back to this approved one. So it's similar to an approved one, but it will say under the lines of, that we couldn't approve you for the amount that you were asking, but we're able to do up to this certain amount. So let's see if you put in an application with PenFed, and you say, hey, I want to do 50,000, and then it would say, hey, couldn't approve you for 50,000, but we're able to approve you for 40,000. It would show just like this. It would show $40,000 with the APR in the vehicle if you have that information at least. So essentially what a counter offer would go ahead and be, they would only be able to give you a certain amount for you then to go ahead and start searching for your vehicle. Alright, so then we have a decline. I couldn't find a decline, but essentially along the lines of something like this. Oh, well, didn't really make a difference. So minimize that. Okay, so this one's for a line of credit. So essentially, I got permission to even use this. This is from a previous client, but it says essentially you weren't eligible to go ahead and get the loans for this reason. So it gives you just this information. So this one says revolving account are too high relations to income and credit score. So it's just going over that, at least for this. Didn't really ask, but I'm giving it to you anyway. Free credit advice. All right. So essentially, what happened here is just pretty much the income that this person reports versus the credit scores. The credit card balances are way too high for the underwriting guidelines of this one's Capital One. So they have a rule of certain percentages that you can't exceed, and this is showing that their credit card balances are just way too high. So essentially, it'll look something similar like this, and it'll give you reasons. And then by law, by the mail, for sure, you get these. And this is called this is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This is information that by law that they always have to send you. So go ahead and provide it with the credit score, and this will go into a little bit more in depth of why you weren't approved. So this one is serious delinquencies, derogatory public record, or collections filed, number of inquiries on credit reports. So this is something that you will always get through the mail if you are declined or even approved, because again, it's something by law that they need to go ahead and give you. If I am losing you guys, remember, go into the comments, ask questions. I'm always there. Look at my previous videos. I'm always answering questions. I'm here for you guys. That's why I started, or at least one of the reasons why I started, maybe just to go ahead and be able to help people understand credit and educate and show them the tricks of how to go ahead and get approved through lenders with my knowledge. So I'm for the people. I'm pro people. Let's go. So the last one we're going to go ahead and do today, and I'm going to break these up because I don't want to overwhelm you. It's going to go ahead and be annual percentage rate. So essentially, I'll read this one. The real cost that you pay to borrow. stated as a yearly percentage of the loan amount. For an example, if you pay $500 in closing costs to obtain a loan, the APR will be higher than the interest rate since you are effectively borrowing $9,500 but will owe $10,000. The Truth in Lending Act requires the lenders to disclose the APR to you. So essentially, whenever you apply at the dealership, which I think is the most common that people see versus buying houses very often. So there's a document called the Truth in Lending Act that's supposed to go over the amount, the whole financial picture for you. So it'll show like your payments, how much interest you'll pay, how much is the APR, how much interest you'll pay. I think I said that. Terms, which is great. I have an example. Woo! So if you've ever gone to the dealership, which most people go more often than buying a house, you'll see a documentation if you finance through the dealership or maybe through your financial institution. You'll also see this. See, so go ahead and go over the annual percentage rate, which on this one is showing 23.99%. And if you transfer that and convert that to finance charges, that equals out to $10,984 and some change. So that's essentially what it's stating about the APR, is that on the Truth in Lending Disclosure Act, this is information that you always need to see so you can make a financial education if you want to go through with the loan. This documentation is very, very extremely important for you to make sure and that, hey, this is how much you're going to end up paying in interest from the 23.99% on this example. So yeah, so go ahead and take a screenshot, save it, do what you need to do, but it's here for you. Yeah, so that's essentially what it's referring to when you talk about the APR, just how much you're going to end up paying. So that's pretty much it for the education for the education portion of this.